Wow, Teofimo, he feeling himself. Triller just won the purse bid for Teofimo, George Kambosos, and Teofimo Lopez tells Bob Arum's stepson of Top Rank, Todd DeBuff, congratulations, you just lost your best fighter. Like DJ Khaled said, congratulations, you played yourself. And we gonna talk about that in this video. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Now, shameless plug. If you have a YouTube channel, use my link in the description to get TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is a browser extension to help level up your content, and I use it. I used it from the start of my channel, you know, when I really start getting in and digging in to the YouTube analytics. There are certain things that I couldn't do, so I end up getting TubeBuddy. I've been using it for years. We've scaled up the channel from 0 subscribers all the way to 200,000. One of the resources that I still use is TubeBuddy. So click on my link. It doesn't matter what genre you're in, but consider TubeBuddy. Now, let's get into it. Without further ado, smash the like button. Listen to what Mr. Teofimo Lopez had to say in a recent podcast with Mike Coppinger and Lance Pugmire, after Triller just won the purse bid for his fight with Kambosos. They're free to schedule it, and they had a winning bid of $6 million. A little bit over that, but I made a separate video about that. Check that on the channel. Let's play this clip.
But it's more so the relationship I have with ESPN, not more so of Top Rank. But you know, Todd DeBuff is the man. He knows what he's doing, right? So you know, we got to give him kudos to Todd DeBuff for distributing and working on his fighters very well. So congratulations, Todd DeBuff. You just lost your best fighter from your stable.
So you guys heard Teofimo. He feeling himself. He's been on his social media. You know, he bet on himself and it paid off, or at least at the current juncture, it is paid off. I did say in my last video, so you guys got to check that video out on the channel. It's one of the videos I uploaded today, that I can foresee this being problems. And now when I made the video, just to give you guys some transparency and let you know into my thought process, I made my video upon hearing the news that Triller won the purse bid, beat out Top Rank, beat out Eddie Hearn's rematch room, etc. At the time, this podcast was not even released to the public. And if you listen to the video, Ego Stradamus strikes again. A lot of what I prophesized yet again in this boxing game is now showing up. I said good for Teofimo and his team, good on him. The good side is this: Teofimo, he bet on himself. His minimum with Top Rank, from what is being reported, is 1.25 million. Now with Triller buying his fight, you know, via purse bid auction and winning it, they're free to, within the certain parameters per the IBF rules, stage the fight. They have to put down a deposit, show that they have the money, blah, blah, blah. And then the fight will be on the network. The only downside, so for the fighter, this is good in the interim right now, because Teofimo Lopez got what he was after, more money. You know, he played hardball. He took a stance and said, I want more money. You know, he came up short. So I wasn't wrong. I told you I did not see Teofimo getting the $5 million minimum or $8 million, $10 million that he was saying. But he did well, you know. This was a hefty purse bid, and he did well in getting closer to that realization and betting on himself. But here's the downside that I first started to explore in that last video. So you guys got to catch up on that video where I just outlined some different things. And now hearing Teofimo say, congratulations, Todd DeBuff, who I believe is the president with Top Rank, Bob Arum's stepson. You said you lost your best fighter on your roster. That doesn't look good. He also said something about protecting. He says more so my relationship with ESPN rather than Top Rank. So for me, it sounds like split team management, Teofimo Sr., they're on their own kind of accord. And they have now entered a phase where they have disrupted the natural flow of occurrences. You see what I'm saying? So Top Rank outlined this. Top Rank, good or bad, this is not my career. I'm just giving you guys what I see. But ultimately, they have opened this brand new Pandora's box and this brand new can of worms. And I always seen this could be problematic going forward for Teofimo, because here's the thing. Mikey Garcia recently did a Instagram live and he said F Bob Arum. He said Bob Arum kept him on the sidelines, didn't care about my family, didn't care if I was fed, if I could help and, you know, provide for my family as the breadwinner and stuff. He didn't care about those things, you know. So we know how it ended up, and some of these situations in boxing end up. Mikey was on the sidelines 3+ years dealing with Top Rank. Now, Bob Arum has responded to this, which I'll have to separate that into a different video. So you might want to check back, because I'm going to be dropping the freshest content, dope, you know, in this boxing stratosphere. But Bob Arum beforehand said, if it goes to a purse bid, oh well, if we get outbid, cool, I'm still getting a cut of Teofimo's money. And he also has done recent interviews after Triller has now won the purse bid, and he says if Teofimo comes back to us, then, and he expects the same type of pay, no. So Bob Arum, he's like, we don't pay these type of wages. We evaluate the fight and give a valuation on how much this fight is worth, so we bid accordingly. If Triller wants to take the overhead and take the gamble, since they don't, he said, we do 30 shows a year or whatever. So if they want to do pop in and pop out and they got money to play with and potentially lose, then so be it. You know, I'll just take my 20% cut. And Bob Arum, what he basically said is, I'm eating regardless. He said, we just made 800,000 in 5 minutes. Bob is a salve. Listen, he said, I'm eating. Teofimo, I got 800K from Triller. Like, he said, I made almost a cool meal in 5 minutes and I have to lift a finger. I don't have to promote this fight, blah, blah, blah. But Bob Arum is setting the stage where, unless something happens, this is going to be very interesting. And I could definitely see it being a situation where it's problematic. There's going to be some level of turmoil. Because Bob said before this, he said, if we get outbid, we get outbid, blah, blah, blah. And he said, Teo will find out when he tries to come back. The chickens come to roost. He said some, you know, cryptic type message like that. Now he's saying, okay, we did get outbid, but I made 800,000 in 5 minutes. And this is not a marquee fight. So, you know, best of luck to Triller. You know, he said he was angry that Eddie Hearn bid, you know, in a fight that really didn't have nothing to do with rematch room, etc. But another thing he said, Bob Arum, that is basically, if Teofimo tries to come back and he thinks he's going to get this type of money coming back, that's not going to happen. And he also noted that hopefully, or he didn't say hopefully, let me take that back. He just said, if Triller loves Teofimo Lopez and what he provides for their company so much, then maybe they just shell out a big payment and a big cash and buy Teofimo out his contract. So to me, this is looking a little bit shaky for Teofimo, because you have your own promoter who's saying that you could get bought out if the number is right. And that's not something you typically would see. Like me personally, I know Al Heyman don't do interviews, but I can't picture Al Heyman saying, oh, if somebody wants to scoop up Deontay Wilder, if somebody wants to scoop up Errol Spence, you know, if the number is right, you know, let's do that. And just outright publicly putting that out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? That just goes to show that it's all business and there's no attachment. And he's just saying, you're free to leave. but you're gonna compensate my company for it. So with Teofimo taking shots at his current promoter who still gets a cut of his money, very interesting. He said, "Congratulations, Todd DeBuff, you played yourself. So you have to go back to these people. You have to go back to Top Rank after this Triller." So worst case scenario is if he lost to George Camboso, then how's your promoter going to treat you if you have no belt, and then the rematch has to take place on Top Rank, just different. There's a lot of different ways this can end up, but so far it's looking a little rocky. And you keep seeing this on Top Rank. You keep seeing these situations. Terrence Crawford, he said he's going to be a free agent in October. He wants certain type of fights, but he's not getting them. Boom, boom, boom. Mikey Garcia has complained in the past, said F Bob Arum because, he kept me on the sidelines, didn't care if I ate and if I can provide for my family. So it's going to be interesting. With Teofimo, he's feeling himself. He got belts. He feels he's a man. Triller came out and splurged a bit and spent a lot of money on the purse bid. So we'll see. He's in contract with Top Rank. So maybe he buys himself out. Maybe he tries to keep things cool with Top Rank. I don't know. I'll just wait and see how this all unfolds. But right now I can already see this could be issues because how do you think Top Rank is going to feel when they had the lowest bid out of 3 major bidders and they lost a guy that they just gave an opportunity? Like, you have to keep in mind, Top Rank, I don't think that they even wanted to put Lomachenko in there with Teofimo, but Teofimo had been barking up their tree, calling them out. Fans like me had advocated for those fights. Like, yeah, he said he's ready. And then Loma said, get a belt and fight me. And then he got the belt with Comey. So then they unified, right? But Top Rank, how do you think they're going to feel if they gave Lomachenko the opportunity? Teofimo has refused to do a Lomachenko rematch, so that doesn't benefit Top Rank. Yes, they're getting, in 5 minutes, they're getting $800K, almost $1 million, but I'm sure they'll get more than that if Teofimo was fighting on the network. So this has to be rubbing Top Rank the wrong way. So it's just going to be interesting to see how everything is processed and handled and how Bob Arum chooses to react to this. But you just invested all this energy into Teofimo. He has most of the belts except for the Devin Haney confusing situation that the WBC has called, right? And he's calling himself Undisputed and printing his shirts that say Undisputed. And now Mr. Undisputed is going to a whole different network. They just did a Top Rank Q&A with Andre Ward and Christina Poncher like 2 days ago or so. 2 days ago. And now we find out 2 days later that Mr. Undisputed, as they call him, and as ESPN has, built and put him on pound for pound list, Mr. Undisputed ain't even going to be fighting on ESPN for his next fight because they got outbid. Very interesting. We'll see what kind of shifts that this creates for boxing. But I told you this moment was coming. Digital mob, fighters are getting smarter, and they're trying to find loopholes. And if the promoters don't act right or ain't paying right, and they see all these other guys, they look at some of these PBC guys, I'm sure they follow the same guys that I follow in this boxing game, and they see like, damn, Charlo's house is fat as hell. Damn, Errol Spence, he went to go see Iceman Nick, and boom, boom, boom. And they see all this jewelry and stuff, and they looking at their check, and they like, man, hold on, I just beat Lomachenko. I'm supposed to be having all them extra commas and O's and stuff like that. So, at the end of the day, more power to them. We'll see how it all plays out. The biggest lesson here is just the contracts you sign, make sure it's foolproof, because at the end of the day, Teofimo, despite this hefty purse bid, he got to offshoot 20% of his money, almost $1 million, to somebody else. Me personally, I can't have that. I try to, like Nipsey Hussle said, fuck the middleman productions. Yeah, like I got to cut out that middleman. Like for me, I don't. That's not how I even operate. I try to cut out the middleman, American gangster, Frank Lucas. Yeah, okay, man. I used to work for. You don't have a company. They don't know me though, huh? Yeah, name brand like Pepsi. I guarantee it my dollar. I'm on that Frank Lucas. I got to go to the poppy fields. You know what I mean? Like it don't make sense to have intermediary, interim people in the way, middlemen and women and all that. in the way of your money, and then like I can't see myself wanting to pay somebody and they not even promoting my fight. Like Teofimo's giving 20% of his check away, and Top Rank don't have to do none of the legwork. They don't have to do all accesses or blood, sweat, and tears programming. They don't have to produce flyers or t-shirt. Triller got to do that. So you giving away money, but this is the deal that you signed up for, and Bob got you in that regard. So be interested to see how it plays out. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Gang, we work.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.